Hi everyone, Gemma here, thanks for watching today. So some of you may have already seen this card. I've shared it recently on my Facebook and Instagram page, and there were a few requests to show you how to make this joyfold card. So I wanted to bring in the original to show you the inspiration for this make, and I'm going to talk you through the products that I'm going to use. So if you haven't seen a joyfold card before, it opens this way and then this way. So you can write your message inside here, or you can flip it over and add a message on the back. So I'm going to show you how to make a 6x6 joyfold card, including a presentation box. So I'll just talk you through the products that I'm going to use today. So from Creative Craft Products, I'm going to use the Filigree border nestables, and this is the square die set. Then from Made to Surprise, I'm going to use the Funky Florals die set. And then I have some pattern paper here that I bought from the range, and it's got some lovely colours in here, some really nice florals, and I like the mixture of the pink and blue. So as you can see, limited supplies are required to make this project. Now I'm going to talk you through the cutting guide. To create the card base, you'll need a piece of 12 by 6, and along the 12-inch side we're going to score at 3, flip it over, and then we're going to score at 6. This will just help when you're creating the Z fold, so you don't get any cracking in your card. Next you'll need a piece of 8 1/4 by 4 1/8. Along the 8 1/4 side you're going to score at 4 1/8. For your mats and layers, you'll need a piece of holographic cardstock that is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Then 2 pieces of 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. Using the filigree dies, then I've cut this square panel. And then out of pattern paper, you'll need a piece of 5 1/2 squared, two pieces of 2 1/2 by 5 1/2, then a piece of 3 1/8 squared. So that's the pieces you'll need to create the joyfold card. Now I'm going to fold and burnish all my pieces and attach my mats and layers. So with your 6-inch panel here on your left hand side, your first fold is a valley fold, and then the next fold is a mountain fold, and then that creates your Z fold. This piece here then will sit inside this and will open as so. So I'm going to have my pattern and holographic card like this. I'll then attach that to the centre panel there. And then I have a filigree frame here and the pattern paper there. So I'll just get those stuck down and I'll come back to you. Now that I've prepared my card base and I've attached the mats and layers, as you can see, I'm going to move on to the decoration part. This will be a 60th birthday card, so I want 60 in the centre here and flowers on the top left hand corner and on the bottom right hand corner. and I'm going to decorate it similar to the one that I shared at the start of the video. So I'm just going to show you how I prepare my flowers. So I've die cut my pieces off camera, and I'm going to be using these 3 flower dies here, and I've cut them in flower forming foam. I'm still new at using flower forming foam, so this is a quick and simple way of putting a flower together. So I encourage you to go and check out some other techniques for more experienced crafters. So as I said, I've die cut my pieces, and what I like to do is cut a strip of flower forming foam, fold it over 3 or 4 times, place the die on top, and then you cut them all together at once. Then you'll need some sort of heat tool. So I'm going to be using my Cricut mini press, and the reason for this is that it's already in my craft room, is to hand, but you don't necessarily have to use that. You can use a household iron or a different brand of a handheld iron. So I have a thick piece of foam here. I'll use this to help me shape the petals, tweezers, and this tool will help me also to shape the petals. So the first thing I want to do is place the petals onto the heat, and as you can see, it starts to change shape already. So it does shrink slightly. And then I'm just gonna use this, just give a bit more shape to the petals. I'm just using circular motions and touched my finger there, and rubbing the center of the flower. So I've prepped my glue gun, so it's already heating up. I'm just going to attach those together. So a little bit of blob of glue in the middle. So I've just offset the petals as so. And the next one, use my tool to press it down, and it'll also help the glue to form in that shape when it dries. As you can see, it already makes it more 3D and realistic. So there's my flower formed. I'm going to poke a hole through the center here, and I'm going to attach some stamens. So I've got a selection here of different colours, and they're from various companies: Crafters Companion, Sizzix. So I got a pack of these floral wires. I'm not too sure what to call them. I'll look it up and pop the name on the screen. But I take one, cut it in half, and then I use it to form sort of a loop. Take quite a few stamens. And then I wrap or place the wire in the center of those and fold it in half, and then I use it to feed it through the flower. And just pull it through like so. Attach a little bit of hot glue on the back there. And I'll hold it in place. So there we go, we have one flower complete. I'm just going to do another with you on camera, and then I'll create the rest off camera. So I'll carry on with this colour here. So I've got the smaller petals now. So as I said, I just place it on the heat. It doesn't take long at all, and you'll start to see it shrink. And then take it off. So you can add ink to the centre of these. You could use your Distress Oxide. You could use some gelatos. I have some, so I'll be trying different techniques with those in future videos. And I'm just going to follow the same process. There we go, another flower formed. So as I said, I'm just going to get the rest put together, and I'll come back to you. So I've completed my flowers. I've also die cut 60 using Made to Surprise chunky alphabet dies, and I've die cut them in holographic cardstock and white foam. So I'm going to place the 60 in the centre there, and then start to arrange the flowers. So I'm thinking something like this, that one there, those two there, and then that one there. So I've made extra flowers there to go on the front of my display box, and I'll talk you through that next. There we go, that's the card all complete. So inside, I'm going to personalise the message, and then I'm going to cut a white piece for the back. So for the inside, you'd want a piece of, let me just check, 3 3/4 squid, and then for the back you'd want a piece of 5 3/4 squid. So now I'm going to move on to the display box. So you want a piece of 8 1/4 squid and score along 1 inch side on all 4 sides. Then for the top you'd need a piece of 8 3/8 squid, and then again you score on 1 inch on all 4 sides. And this will be our lid, and I've already cut an aperture using a square die in the front there. I've also cut a piece of acetate to 5 inches squared, and that's going to sit behind there to strengthen the card. And then I've also cut a frame to sit on the top there. So if you fold and burnish all score lines, and before I start my cutting, I'm going to attach my acetate piece and my frame. So as you can see, I've attached red tape along all 4 sides. I've burnished down the tape so that it changes sort of colour, goes a darker red, and it gives it a good adhesion. Place that down, just press that down with my bone folder. Got a bit of excess tape there, so I'm just going to trim that away. I'm just going to add some quick grab glue. And attach my frame. I'll let that dry and I'll start on the base. So I'm just cutting up the score line and taking a little wedge off there. And just working my way around. So I'm just going to add some quick grab glue to a tab. And just attach those together. Just forming the corner of the box there. going to do exactly the same then all the way around. And use a bone folder to help you get right in the corner. So that's my base completed, and as you can see, the card fits easily inside. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the top here. I'm just going to use a circle punch and punch out just a little bit there as a finger pull. So I'm starting with a corner, taking a small wedge, so I'm just adding quick grab glue. The lid just fits over the top there. I'm just going to add my spare flowers. I think one there and maybe two little ones there to just balance it off. Yep, let's go for that. So there we go, there's the completed box with finger pulls. As you can see, I've added the spare flowers on the top there. And then we have the die-fold card inside. So thank you for watching today. As always, the products will be listed in the description box below. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a comment, or perhaps subscribing to the channel. If you do, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future tutorials. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.